Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the 98th Minute. We are your hosts. We got Lucas, Woz, Maddie, Greg, and myself, Liam. If you are new to the podcast, please make sure you hit like on this video and subscribe as well. Greatly helps us out. We all appreciate it. Thanks for the fantastic support this channel has been getting over the past few weeks. It's unbelievable. All five of us are just kind of mind blown about it. If you are checking us out on an audio app, whether it's Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts, thank you very much. We greatly appreciate you listening to us this week. Hopefully you enjoy our content. Give us a share, a follow, a like, a subscription, whatever it is on that platform. Boys, got a big week of football to get into. Before I get into that, links are down in the description for all of our social medias if you want to check those out. TikTok's doing very well as recently, but we need to talk about something, boys. Winter is ending here in Canada, and you know what that means. Spring is coming around the corner, and spring break. We know that some places still got COVID and whatnot, so you might not be getting together with all your friends and pool parties or whatever you do on spring break, but if you are, take care of yourself with the guys over at Manscaped. Thanks to guys over at Manscaped giving you 20% off at checkout when you use code 90th. That's 20% off plus free shipping on the fantastic products like the Lawnmower 3.0. 7,000 RPM motor, ceramic coated blades. You will not cut yourself. Slow and steady wins the race. It's the best in male grooming products below the waist. Fantastic prices, fantastic quality, fantastic everything. All of us here, Manscaped sent us a little box of goodies. We all love it. We all use it. It's probably the best we've ever had. Right, Wozinho, baby?
Yes, sir.
God, you are a PR dream.
It's got a light and everything, man. It's waterproof. Take in the shower with you. Clean yourself up. Good for your chest, your back, your whatever below the waist, man. You do you use it. Use code 90th at checkout and you get 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com. Now, the Premier League, everybody. We did a watch along over on twitch.tv/the 90th Minute official of the North London Derby. And guess what? Arsenal has won it. London is red, and it's not Bayern Munich red. It is Arsenal red for once. How do we feel about this?
I was waiting for you to shut the fuck up. My God.
Well, you can jump in at any time, man.
Why is he so rude to you?
You can jump in at any time and do a Manscaped read. None of y'all want to do anything. I'm the only one here talking. Come on, big man.
It was just odd and odd. I was like, whoa.
Thank you, Liam.
Soon he'll stop.
I'm trying here.
I'm kidding. But I'm not.
You're so fucking rude. Can we talk about North London Derby? Can we talk about Arsenal?
Yeah,
Spurs?
It was probably the biggest game of the weekend, I would say, in the Premier League, depending on how you want to look at things, I guess. Yeah, on Saturday there wasn't much. I mean, Leeds and Chelsea 0-0. I'm just gonna cover those things.
We'll get to that. Don't worry, we'll get to that. North London Derby. This is the biggest. I'm gonna say this is the biggest derby in all of England. I gotta be honest. It probably is.
I mean, it usually provides the most entertainment. For the most part,
compared to the Manchester derby, sometimes yes, sometimes yeah.
It was been an interesting game, especially for Tottenham Hotspur. I want to say, it started off not in the best way because Heung-min Son had to be taken off due to injury. So there was one of the biggest threats for Tottenham Hotspur taken off very early on. There was also a threat missing for Arsenal. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang got dropped for this game. He showed up late to the team bus today, and
supposedly, yeah.
Mikel Arteta was like, "No, you get to sit on the bench today. I don't care if you're El Capitano. You're not playing." And you mean fair enough? I mean, you're the captain, supposed to lead by example, and Arteta has full right to drop a man from his squad. But Heung-min Son goes off injured, looks like a hamstring injury, and he's replaced by Eric Lamela, who decides he wants to be the world's greatest Argentinian for about 10 seconds. And scores an absolute worldie in the 33rd minute. He wrote Bona between the legs of Thomas Partey. The Twitch stream went nuts. I know I went nuts, even though I wasn't even visible or anything on the Twitch stream. I was screaming. It was a good time.
And
ultimately though, right before halftime, it was 1-1 through Martin Odegaard. Lucas, you liked his performance a lot today.
I thought it was good. I mean, I not 100% sure if he was the best player on the pitch or not, but he definitely did well today. I thought he had a great strike from distance, hit the crossbar, and he did get the first goal for Arsenal today.
From what I saw, Arsenal dominated this game. Maybe not dominated, but they definitely controlled the game.
Tottenham was bad.
They got the result. So
Oh wait, sorry, no, it was Smith Rowe that hit the crossbar. My bad.
Smith Rowe had the one that had of the crossbar, but Odegaard did have a couple chances in that first half, especially where he came close to scoring. He did get his goal right before halftime. In the second half, we did see a penalty for Arsenal. Alexander Lacazette does step up to score it to make it 2-1. I know I didn't feel it was a penalty. I know the rest of you did. I know, but
Liam, I kind of agree with you, but like, because I'm looking at something just based off highlights because I didn't get to watch the match, but how I see it is the ball already. He kicked the ball and it was going completely the opposite way. I guess, like, yes, the tackle is a penalty, so it's fair enough. I understand
in today's
why it's
game,
given.
that's
but...
100% a penalty, unfortunately. But the way I saw it, the way I interpreted it, Lacazette was through on goal. He swings and misses, and he completely whiffs the ball.
Yeah.
His follow-through kind of takes him into Sanchez, and Sanchez kind of follows through into him. If the ball had been striked, it would have been probably a block on the ball by Sanchez, and probably would have been a good defensive moment. But because he misses the ball, I think it looks a lot worse because of it.
The thing is, Lacazette, when he strikes the ball, it's not like the ball's going out of play. Even though he strikes it badly, he can still get to the ball, but Sanchez prevents him from getting to the ball.
I think that's a soft penalty, but hey, that's the game. I've seen a lot worse given.
There's been a lot worse softer penalties. I mean, I thought that one made more sense than any previous soft ones, I guess.
If you're a defender, you're not. Sanchez had no intention of taking the man there. He's going fully to block the shot on target.
He still takes him out in the box, which is going to be a pen. It's just kind of simple football, right?
It is, unfortunately. But
hey, okay. Here's a question: then. Would you rather have that happen or some shitty handball?
Like given as a penalty?
Yeah.
Oh well, 100%. I think what I saw today, compared to some of the handballs that have been given, that is probably a more clear cut penalty.
Yeah.
I just don't think in terms of the football I grew up watching, that would be given a penalty, unfortunately.
You grew up watching Scottish football, though, no? So.
Well, I also grew up watching Premier League when it was a lot more forgiving than today's matches, kind of thing.
In terms of, I guess, being a little bit rough, Mr. Lamella, aside from being, beautiful by scoring, he decides to be kind of an asshole and gets himself sent off.
See, that was soft.
Did you think it was a soft?
He gets 2 yellows. Second one in the 76th minute. It was an elbow on Kieran Tierney. Kieran Tierney's already had a broken jaw. No more elbowing him. He's protective. Bubble wrap around him. He's too beautiful. Okay, we need him for the Euros. We need him for the Euros, please. Again, was it a soft red? Probably, but today's rules, today's game, that's given.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been a big fan of Eric Lamella just because I do feel like he's a bit undisciplined at times.
Just because he caused you to get a red card and he didn't.
No, in general, I don't like. He likes to cause. He's a shit disturber. He likes to cause issues on the pitch. From what I've watched him, not just from the United match, from previous matches. He tries to get inside your head, and
So before all this happened, Gareth Bale was taken off pretty early into the game. Did he do much this game, guys?
Oh god,
nothing. No. Absolutely nothing.
No, it was kind of like. Harry Kane also had a good game. I know we didn't. It's not really about him, but
I disagree. I know. I saw on Twitter everyone was saying Harry Kane was missing.
Okay, maybe I was just.
I don't think Spurs in general had a good game.
To be fair, if I was very tired during this match. I know all of us were, so I guess it just didn't. Yeah.
Daylight savings time.
Honestly, I came into the chat. You guys were like, you guys all look just dead.
Bro.
Greg, we're tired. Okay.
I fell asleep before the game even started, man. So.
He did.
And Liam's webcam wasn't working half the time.
It's a bit of a rough stream, but I think Tottenham Hotspur. I'm gonna put blame on Jose Mourinho because he played the defensive tactic. We see when Spurs defend, they don't play very well. When Spurs are able to go out and attack and be free flowing, we see a very exciting, very dangerous Tottenham team. Today we saw the defensive side. Today we saw the behind the ball aspect of them. The red card doesn't help, of course. The injury to Son really didn't help, of course. Gareth Bale, non-existent. I thought Harry Kane was very, very poor in a game where he usually really steps up in a North London derby. We've seen him score absolute world-class goals in this derby. But
he almost scored a really nice free kick.
he did. The free kick at the very end there was a big talking point. He curls it around the wall, hits the post. Davinson Sanchez follows up. It's cleared off the line by Gabriel. I thought Arsenal's defense was actually pretty solid.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
David
good
Luiz had a good couple of moments there. I know Greg.
Yeah, the thing is, we
Greg's
kind
favorite
of
player.
know Arsenal can perform when they can. They have the players to do so.
Yeah.
And they came off a good victory in the Europa League. They beat Olympiacos, I'm pretty sure, right?
I mean,
So and a lot of people kind of doubted Arsenal going into that. Oh no, Olympiacos, but they've been kind of the ship's been a bit more steady than usual.
I mean, they do have a solid starting 11. There's obviously a couple players
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of because they're just really too inconsistent. Like sometimes you're like, oh my gosh, we need to keep this player, but other times you're like, okay, get out of the club. Like guys like Xhaka.
That's Arsenal is now still in 10th place. They are now just 2 points behind Liverpool, who are in 8th. Spurs are in 7th. That's 45 points.
Liverpool are in 8th.
That's
Oh my
shocking.
god.
How does that
So,
make
yeah,
you feel,
Tottenham-
Lucas?
That's shocking.
Never make that sound again.
Let's actually move up the table. Let's move up the table because we had a big game afterwards, after the North London derby. Manchester United hosted West Ham.
Yeah.
Wazinho, our resident United supporter.
It was
Not the greatest of matches for United.
No,
but
I expected that
huge
against
result.
West Ham, honestly. I didn't expect the most exciting game in the world. They're kind of a tough team to beat. They're hard to break down. They put a lot of men back behind the ball. But we were kind of lucky to score out that corner. It was an own goal by Craig Dawson. It was a corner by Bruno Fernandes. And, it looked like Harry Maguire might have touched it or McTominay. But to be fair, we did have some good chances. I think Bruno hit the post once, so did Greenwood. So we created better chances than previously against West Ham. It's just we couldn't get in the back of the net. And hopefully, the floodgates do open against Milan on Thursday. Because they also weren't there in the Europa League. And, we drew, end up drawing, right?
Well,
So
during the game, you could, because of the empty stadium, you can hear the microphones, and Harry Maguire started just screaming at one moment to wake up and to become more alive. And I thought the chance that Mason Greenwood had was probably the best chance, maybe the second best chance. I know Rashford had a big chance with a header, but the Greenwood chance, he's through on goal, tries to go left foot, curls it around the keeper. What a good save by Fabianski. How underrated
yeah, good
is he
game.
this season?
Yeah, definitely. West Ham as a whole.
Best Polish goalkeeper. Best Polish goalkeeper in the
I
world.
don't know
I'm saying
about
right
that.
now.
I think second.
I
best.
can't think of a better one. I can't even think of a better one. You try
there's
to
a
name me a better one.
There's a couple good ones in Poland right now.
I don't know what their names are. No, not as bad. Fabianski's much better.
Bro, you.
I love
Shens the
Fabianski,
hater.
of course. Yeah, Liam,
I don't know that guy. If you mean Chesney, okay. I don't know this Polish talk you speak of.
Say his name, Lucas.
Stonesny.
To be fair, I mean, if we're talking about Poland's always just had a good crop of goalkeepers throughout the years. So
Let's look at stats really quick because we did talk about the Arsenal control in the North London derby. Here, you was all United. You have 62% possession, 15 shots, 4 on target. West Ham did not have a single shot on target. I know there was a couple of times Jared Bowen got in behind. He had a good chance back post. He was ultimately offside. Big man Mikel Antonio was just looking thick. Love to see it. The man's big.
Were
Man's
they
big.
missing a certain player by the name of Jesse Lingard?
They really were. I gotta be
Potentially,
honest.
yeah.
I think they were really missing Lingard in that midfield.
and people are pissed that he didn't win Player of the
They
Month.
would have won.
I don't know if they would have won, but
They would have won.
they definitely were. I really believe that Jesse Lingard in that midfield would have just provided a little bit more creativity, a little bit more pace in the attack, maybe. Because no offense to Mikel Antonio, I love the guy. He's not very rapid. He's not.
He's fast.
He's got
pretty
some
fast.
speed, I would say. What do you want, man?
Yeah. He's,
Okay, Liam maybe thinks he's too big.
you're never too big. Get big man. It's a good result though for United. I mean, that's a big 3 points.
I'll take it.
That puts you guys up to second. You're not in the title race, I don't think. But
No,
it's
no,
a good
but-
result for you guys.
Look.
Gonna secure
ship
that top
sailed a
4.
long
Here's the
time
thing.
ago.
We're right now 29th. And if 29 games played right now, I mean, geez, 29.
20. I was gonna say, what do you say?
Yeah. Look, if we finish the season in second, I think that's exceeding on my expectations for the season. I'd expect us to finish second. I thought maybe third or fourth, maybe, fighting for your Champions League. I think we will get it. And if we can maybe win an FA Cup or Europa League, great season. And it's just a good foundation going into the next
season. To play
season.
a bit of a counterpoint to what you're just saying there, you didn't expect United to finish second, but we also didn't expect West Ham to be fifth.
It's obviously one of the strangest seasons we've ever encountered.
At this point,
I mean, it's might have been a little bit devoid of competition for the most part.
Well, having no fans in the stadium does it hurts some teams. For Liverpool, sorry, you guys can rely
dead.
on that.
Arsenal's
adrenaline.
Dead. Tottenham's dead.
So does United, though.
Dead.
Don't get me wrong.
But I think we should move on. I think we should
move on to the team that's challenging you guys in that top race, Leicester City, Lucas.
But before we talk about this match in general, let's first talk about Sheffield United sacking or mutually consent of Chris Wilder.
I'm pissed
off.
off.
They say that because you know damn well the guy just got fired.
I don't think he did.
I don't think he did.
Here's what happened. I read some. When I read that, I went on to a couple different fan pages of Sheffield United, and I saw basically the Sheffield United owners have, since like a couple months into the season, they accepted they were going to go and get relegated. So they refused to make any signings in January, which pissed off Chris Wilder, and it's just been bubbling since then. And he ultimately said, you know what, if you guys don't want to invest in me or invest in the club, I'm out. You know, I brought you guys to the Premier League, and I'm out.
Well, and that was the difference between Sheffield United and West Brom back then. Is Sheffield United didn't do anything. West Brom got a new manager, and they made lots of signings in January.
I think one thing that I read was that apparently Sheffield United wanted to have more control of the transfers and things like that. Chris Wilder still wanted more control for his end instead of having someone else deal with it. And apparently that didn't go too well with each other, so that's maybe something that caused this as well. I know it's like a lot of Sheffield United fans aren't happy about this because this guy's the reason why they're in the Premier League, and he's a fan of the club.
He's been great for them, yeah.
Yeah, and I
brought them up from the 3rd division.
And I'm sure there are going to be Premier League sides that wouldn't mind having a Chris Wilder, or even a certain Scottish side that have struggled last
Glasgow
season.
Celtic will happily take Chris Wilder.
You guys are also linked with Roy Keane.
Yeah, I'd rather take Chris Wilder over Roy Keane. I gotta be honest. No offense.
Why? Why? Yeah, I agree with Woz. What the fuck? Why?
Why? No.
What do you mean why? Proven track records.
No.
What has Roy Keane done as a manager?
Roy Keane.
No, listen.
He fit right club to a T.
Listen,
Can I speak?
Roy Keane. Okay, speak.
You get Roy Keane. You also get Mika Richards.
Roy Keane, I would absolutely love to have him on our coaching staff.
Get a good center back.
I'd love to have Roy Keane on our coaching staff to get him in there to get, let's be honest, some of our softer players to wake the fuck up. Please do, because they're terrible. Get into them,
Isn't
Roy
that what
Keane.
Scott Brown's for?
Scott Brown, he's halfway out the door right now. He's mentally checked out, I think. But I think Chris Wilder would be a fantastic manager for Celtic. I don't think we'll get him. I think, like Lucas said, a championship club will pick him up or something. But yeah,
I think he's
supposedly, according to the Daily Mail, Manchester United legend Roy Keane's eager to become Celtic's new manager as he eyes return to the dugout after 2 years away from coaching. This Daily Mail, so you never know. Anyways, anything else?
Well, let's talk about the match quickly.
Well, let's go back.
Yeah.
Why don't we go to the game? Because that team got killed.
Like Jimmy Conn would say, they got what?
They got deaded.
What?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I see what you're doing.
I've never heard that before.
I have. Liam, Lucas, I see what you're doing. You just don't have the enthusiasm of Jimmy Conrad.
What?
I had more enthusiasm than that. Piss off.
Oh no, Greg was like a dead tree in the forest, and you might as well burn.
Well, ultimately in this game, this 5-0 victory for Leicester City, Mr. Iheanacho does score a hat trick in this game. Great to see him back scoring for Leicester City. They need him to be producing to help Jamie Vardy up front, of course, to help them push for the top 4 finish this season.
Which I think they will.
I
do
think they will. Jamie Vardy did get a brace of assists. We talked about this during the live stream, but was it Richie Delatte had an interview?
Oh yeah, so how do you say his name?
I think it was Richie Delatte.
Is it Delatte or Delight?
That's who it was.
Delate, former
Whatever
Leicester
his name
player.
is, we know who it is.
He has some comments about who was it, Vardy and former center back from Leicester, Vasilevsky. Interesting stories. So apparently about Jamie Vardy, apparently I think it was before match day, just the night before, he would always have a diet of pizza and pints.
Absolutely.
Fucking love that guy, dude. I love him. Lord.
And then there was also another story about Vasilevsky, where he went to dinner with Vasilevsky one day, and Vasilevsky decided to be a madman. He just decided to take a bite out of a wine glass at dinner, and just laughed in his face when he was doing it. So
he also told the story about Jamie Vardy, but when the night before he broke the Premier League goal scoring record, he drank an entire bottle of wine.
Yeah, okay, so
in the
here's the
hotel
thing,
room.
yeah. So Vardy drinks pints and only eats pizza the night before a game, says ex-Leicester defender Delight. And then this is what he said about Marcin Vasilevsky. Marcin was really a nice person. Unusual, but nice. The kind of guy you laugh with, but who does weird stuff. I remember going to eat with him in a very fancy restaurant. All of a sudden, he grabs his glass and literally bites into it without flinching. He had pieces of glass all over the place, looks at me, and starts laughing. I didn't understand it at all.
I'd probably just get up.
Absolute
I'd be like,
mad
"Yeah, I'm not with him.
Yeah, I'm just gonna... Hashtag just Polish things.
That right there is a center back that you can trust. He'll literally run through a brick wall for you. Like,
Polish people are not normal. Source, I am Polish.
you do have to give big credit to for Leicester City for that big victory. They took advantage of a weak side and they took advantage of a team that's in a bit of disarray at the moment. I feel bad for Sheffield United. I did really like them last season in the Premier League, but it's just unfortunately it's not happening for them this year.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on though. We'll finish off these Sunday fixtures because that's how we like to do things. 2-1 victory, Brighton over Southampton. Southampton have been very, very poor. Greg's deeply upset over this. Lucas, so what's going on with you, Southampton, man?
What do you mean? I like both sides.
Don't
Yeah, but isn't that your farm team?
Don't do this. Don't do this. You like the Liverpool Juniors, aka Southampton United. You like them. Now talk to me. Why are they so shite recently?
I don't know. I haven't been able to catch any of their matches recently. I know they've been struggling with injuries,
Liverpool's form.
but I'm not sure if they're still struggling. I honestly don't have a good answer for you. I'm sorry.
Well, Liam, one of those. I think the first goal the goal Lewis Dunk scored. I think Fraser Forster should have done better there.
Did he? I didn't see the game.
I mean, Danny Ings
Yeah,
is still not playing for them
Fraser
right now.
Forster
man-
never makes mistakes.
The big man
Never
just
makes
couldn't
mistakes.
get down fast enough to stop the ball.
Don't you yell at big man Fraser Forster, okay? He's great, okay? The man's beautiful. It's a big result though for Brighton.
But yeah, it is a great result.
Oh, it
for
is.
them.
It is.
They definitely needed some of these results, especially with how some of the recent matches had went. I know Greg's not too happy, especially if we get into the Saturday matches here, where Manchester City defeated Fulham 3-0.
Let's move on to
Greg, can you give your thoughts on that match? I turned it on in like the 80th minute. It was 3-0, so I'm like, okay, I'll just watch something else.
Well, the first half was it was actually like a pretty even game. We were playing good in the first half, and we got destroyed.
I saw the halftime scoreline of 0-0. I was like, "Come on, Fulham, let's go!" And then 10 minutes later,
then just
okay.
then classic Fulham from like 2 years ago. What happened? Cavallero's trying to dribble. Our striker for the game, or our left winger for the game, is dribbling in our own box. Just kicks it and loses the ball. Does a horrible clearance. Then they get it back. Then Anderson tries clearing it. It hits Cavallero and Jesus gets on a breakaway because of it and just scores. It's like, okay, that was a mess. After that, I was like, yeah, let's just call this one.
That's the thing. You let that one goal against you let in one goal against Man City and the floodgates kind of just.
Well, that was the
open.
second goal, to be fair, but
okay.
It was, yeah. I didn't expect anything. It's Manchester City, so.
Come on, man,
Unfortunately, that's the reality of it. Is going against this City team. When they have Walker, Gundogan, Zinchenko, De Bruyne, Fernandinho, Mahrez, Foden, and Garcia all on their bench.
Yeah.
Oh
They're resting
God.
for Champions League. They're resting for Champions League.
But they're not, because their starting 11 is still Ederson, Stones, Diaz, Laporte, Cancelo, Bernardo Silva,
Aguero's back.
Rodri, Mendy, Torres, Aguero, and Gabigol. They're not resting anybody.
But the thing is, Aguero is back. He scored.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. No,
Wow.
Sergio's back.
See if he can keep it going for Man City.
especially with the Champions League coming up soon. But they probably are confident.
Also, Scott Parker looked beautiful.
He did. He looked very hot. I'm not even gay. He just looked really good. I'd like to be him for a little bit. See how it feels.
Okay. Alrighty then. We're just gonna breeze past that one because this man is what this man is. And what game should we move on to next, Lucas?
Leeds United versus Chelsea finished 0-0. I watched this match later back in the day, and I mean, fair result, I think. I think Mendy made some great saves for Chelsea in this one. And I don't know. I think Chelsea kind of switched up their lineup again for this one. They played a 4-back, and a few of their players are just, it's not working, I'd say.
It just seems like it didn't work for Chelsea, that game kind of thing.
Yeah,
I like to say that this was maybe the most tame Premier League weekend we've had in a long time. There was no major VAR issues. The scorelines weren't insane.
I mean, in this game though, there's a point where Leeds nearly conceded a funny goal where Alien cleared the ball off Diego Llorente and hit the crossbar.
There you
Yeah,
go.
look, Liam, I'm gonna agree with you. There wasn't like any exciting results. I mean, some upsets.
No.
I mean, Brighton defeating Southampton, Burnley defeating Everton, but nothing. Just low score lines compared
there
to.
was the Villa Newcastle game 1-1.
Yeah.
Newcastle did tie it up in the very last kick of the game. Greg was very pissed off about that as well. Overall, bad week for Fulham. They dropped points. Everyone else gains points. Bad week for Fulham.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, Burnley, big result there, 2-1 over Everton. Everton really should be doing better with the squad they have. They had good momentum at some points of the season, just drastically not
I think
consistent enough.
the quick talking point, which I think everyone already knew, but I think it's basically guaranteed West Brom and Sheffield are going down now.
Yes.
Yeah, that would.
Yeah, and then I mean, Wolves tomorrow take on Liverpool, or the day this is released, right? So, interesting games coming up. So
Liverpool are away from home, so they might actually win the
They
game.
will
You never
probably
know.
win this
Never
one.
know.
Don't you give me an eye roll. Do not give me an eye roll here. Hey, fraud. Hey. Try to retain a title next time, dickhead.
it's
Try winning
not-
10 in a row.
No.
He's talking to
Lucas.
Lucas.
Try winning 10 in a
Dickhead gives you
row.
eye roll.
Yeah, what happened to 10 in a row?
Fucking.
What happened to your
Hey,
title
man,
defense,
He can't
Liam?
win 9.
What
We
happened to your
won
title
9. We
defense?
gave up. Okay.
Mate,
we said,
mate,
we said
you
you know
can't
what?
even-
We've had our
mate,
time.
Listen, he can't even win 2 in a row. Okay.
Yeah,
you talking
exactly.
to?
We've had 9.
Probably.
Relax. We're okay.
All right. Well,
Not many games coming up in the next week. I mean, there's FA Cup. April 3rd, Arsenal-Liverpool is the next really big game. You have West Ham, Arsenal coming up. But yeah, FA Cup is coming back, so I'm just going to go over the games that will be happening. I think, is there an international break coming up as well?
yeah, it should
it's
be
like
next
end
week,
of
after
March?
next weekend.
Yeah.
So this weekend, we have Bournemouth versus Southampton, Everton versus City, Chelsea, Sheffield United, and Leicester versus Manchester United, which we may do watch
That'd be
long.
a
Nothing
great
confirmed
game.
yet, but
Be
watch
a
our
game.
socials. So yeah, I'm excited.
Where shall we move on to next?
The Bundesliga.
Das Bundesliga.
Big records are being smashed.
Yes. If you haven't known,
And also Schalke. They lost
Bayern
5-0
Munich-
to Wolfsburg. They got smashed.
So if you haven't known, Bayern Munich are very good, and Erling Haaland is a good goal scorer. 2 things to take away from the Bundesliga this week.
Is that very that's not like that's
Yeah,
just
I'm not sure if
common knowledge at this point.
He did not score this weekend.
He didn't score this week, but he's a good goal scorer, as we've seen midweek during Champions League.
Okay, well, focus
No,
on
is he
one
the
thing,
good-
Woz. What
better
should we
goal
focus
scorer?
on first?
I was thinking that Dortmund game. Just because you and I actually watched this game.
Yeah.
Not bad. Julian Brandt with nothing really happened until the 54th minute. It was kind of a dry game until Julian Brandt decides, hey, let me just hit one out of nowhere, and the goalie just didn't expect it and kind of let it go through his hands.
There's some movement, but yeah, it was kind of a bad look on the goalkeeper, I won't lie.
Unfortunately, 2 men did get injured this match, and not surprisingly, it is Mats Hummels and Marco Reus.
Not surprised.
2 guys who have injury issues.
Yeah.
So,
Marco Reus is just a walking injury.
I
well,
mean-
unfortunately, it was a poor tackle by Vladimir Darida.
Yeah, he just
What the fuck
tackled
he's thinking.
Mark Royce's back of ankle Achilles area, and it just...
It was like was actually an interesting moment because Royce is down, injured, he's in pain, and DeRita's like, "I'm so sorry, man. I didn't actually mean that." And the ref comes, he sends him off, and like red card. He's like, "I get it. That's a red. I'm going."
What did you just drop? What was that?
I don't know, it just fell, but it scared the shit out of me. Hold the fuck up.
But also,
another interesting point was Mukoko's goal.
Yes.
Oh, that's gone. Goodbye, Maddie. Mukoko did score a goal in the 91st minute. Happy to see him coming on.
Yeah, it was good.
I don't know if it was after this match day, but I just see an interview with Haaland that he was like, what is happening? He's just yelling.
keep going. Just keep going.
I guess I'll wait. Okay. I did see an interview with Haaland. I don't know if it was after this game or something, but he goes, he's 16 years old. He's the best talent in the world right now. And the reporter goes, "Well, what about you?" He goes, "I'm over 20 years old. I am old now. Goodbye." It's like, okay, Haaland. But yeah, I mean, Dortmund. I do enjoy watching Dortmund. They're an exciting team. They're a good lineup. I like their team.
Yeah, let's talk about Bayern real quick because the big. Oh, sorry, Lucas.
I mean, yeah, Dortmund are just fighting for the Champions League spots right now. I think Frankfurt did draw Leipzig today, which is big. We'll talk about that in a second. But yeah, let's talk about Bayern was.
The big news: Robert Lewandowski scored, and he's second all time on the Bundesliga scoring record.
Robert Lewandowski.
Yes, which is crazy. Honestly,
What the fuck?
he may honestly win the Ballon d'Or again.
He's not bad.
What do you mean, man?
So-
He didn't even win it last time.
Very.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
did.
in my mind.
In Moz's mind.
Everyone's
So right now, Lewandowski's second all-time record score. He has 268 goals in 345 matches, while Gerd Müller is first, 427 games, 365 goals.
So
Not
can
bad.
Lewandowski score another 100 goals in his Bundesliga career?
Probably.
Tough to
How old
say.
is he?
If
How old
he
is
has
32?
If he keeps having seasons like
32?
this season.
He's good. He's good. This Bayern Munich team's not being stopped for a while. Let's be honest here. I don't see this Bayern team being stopped because
Not likely.
I see, if anything, Dortmund selling off Haaland because he's gonna probably leave this summer or the next year, kind of thing. I don't see this Bayern Munich team being stopped for quite some time.
Hopefully
If
he
anything,
goes
they
to
just
Barcelona.
become even better.
Yeah, and they're taking their main title rival center back later.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, "Hey, Upamecano, you're coming over here now, right? Cool." No,
But-
I don't see Lewandowski stopping anytime soon. I mean, injuries can always occur, and we hope not, kind of thing. We want to see the best players at the best point of their careers, but the man is just so good.
Yeah,
I mean,
now they're
he's so good.
4 points ahead of Leipzig, who did tie, like I mentioned. So the title is seemingly more and more in their hands, and we'll see what happens in the next few weeks. Of course, some upsets were Arminia Bielefeld, who are fighting to avoid relegation. They defeated Leverkusen, who are just...
Yeah, they've been poor.
They've been shocking.
But a funny stat I read, and
They
it's
have been
factual, because Schalke lost 5-0 to Wolfsburg, like we mentioned. Not good. Wolfsburg obviously in the Champions League spot, which is great for them. But Schalke's minus 50 goal differential is more than double than the next worst goal differential in the league.
Schalke gets relegated this season. Genuinely, could
They're
they
not
get
coming back
relegated
up.
from the next division?
Well,
No,
there
could
is
they,
reports.
let's back up. Could they get relegated?
There are reports, Liam, that they may be getting Ralf Ragnick to take control of like the main operations of the club, which would be huge for them because that guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah, but Lucas, he has to turn this club around.
Bro, he's
Seemingly, that's an absolute shambles.
He's done stuff like that before.
Fair enough.
Now, Liam, I know what you're saying.
I hope they
but
can.
It's very difficult to come down from the top league to go to the third division.
We've seen
It
Sunderland,
happens, but
Huddersfield. We've seen it. It happens. It's just, oh man. I mean, Schalke just seems beyond dead. They just absolutely nothing that can do anything for their
I
season.
mean, yeah, Mustafi scored a funny own goal, so it's not ideal for them.
Poor guy.
But what league should we move on to next?
Serie A.
All right, let's do it.
Cristiano Ronaldo has been doing things.
He did.
So he's also been in the news since Juventus got eliminated from the Champions League. People are thinking he may be going back to maybe Real Madrid. So, but right now, there's nothing official. Actually, there's just rumors. Although Ronaldo, he did get a hat trick in today's match. Yeah, and more talk between him and Pele happened. So I think he passed a record.
He passed Pele's club scoring record.
And then he went to social media and he put out basically an essay saying what he feels about this. Some of the last few weeks were filled with news that stats consider me the world's top scorer in football history. Pele's da-da-da-da. Although I'm thankful for the recognition, now it's time for me to explain why I didn't acknowledge that record until this moment. And he says, I love Pele. He's so good. I have an admiration for mid-20th century football. And it led me to take into account his 767 score, assuming his 9 goals for Sao Paulo state team, as well as a single goal for the Brazilian military team as official goals. The world has changed since then. Football has changed as well, but this doesn't mean that we can't just erase history according to our interests. My God. So
that's like a low-key dig kind of there. It's
that was not even low-key.
Assuming those goals are actually legit, I guess
dig.
I'll just score some more.
That was a dig. My guy Cristiano.
I also love
I
have an admiration for mid-20th century football. That's the most hipster thing I've ever heard a man say about football before.
Yeah, that sounds like something Lucas would say. Really?
Not even Lucas. Lucas ain't even that bad.
And then they posted a graphic. New history chapter starts now.
I mean, we talked about Ronaldo during the stream about how we all admire his work ethic and what he's done in his career is brilliant. Will he move on from Juventus after a disappointing season? We don't know. We'll wait and see. I know the clubs like United, clubs like Real Madrid, or even Sporting have all been linked. We'll see. We'll see what happens with Cristiano Ronaldo. He'll be probably the biggest talking point in terms of deals being made in the summer potentially.
I mean, there's always the Holland and Mbappe talks that are.
That is always the thing. So there could be some big money. You never know.
Apparently, Real Madrid want to sign all of them.
over Cagliari.
Somehow.
They won't.
But of course, Juventus did win 3-1.
Napoli.
Some big Serie A results.
Napoli defeat AC Milan 1-0. AC Milan haven't been great as of recently.
Well, they're missing a lot of good players.
No, I won't lie.
They are.
Yeah, that's a big thing. So.
Top of the table, we saw Inter Milan getting a 2-1 victory over Torino.
Liam, yesterday I was at the Italian Center, right? And I walked past the hot sauce section, and I was looking at the options. Like, which one? Carolina Reaper?
Hey, man, you enjoy your moment, okay? You enjoy your moment in the sun.
I think it's coming, Liam. I think it's coming.
I do as well, Gregory. I gotta be honest. I was deeply let down by
Liam, when this happens,
this season.
Do we finally meet up in person and record this, or do you do it on the stream?
This is something we'll do, I think, once we can get back together.
No, this is something we do in person because, as I said to Liam earlier, I will be throwing another tomato while he's struggling for survival.
But yeah, Juventus are third, 55 points, 26 matches played. AC Milan 56
I just want to say,
points, and
with
Inter
Serie A,
65.
what kind of... for those who do watch Serie A, is it surprising to see Torino in the relegation zone? Are they that bad right now?
Kind of.
I mean,
you think of like iconic, kind of not iconic, but
it's an iconic.
Those clubs
teams,
yeah.
I mean, they were relegated like a decade ago, I believe. So it's not like they. Sometimes cycles happen. They probably haven't been the best run club in the past couple of years. Really, like. Managers coming in, not really doing that good of a job, and then getting sacked. I think they've been lucky to have a guy like Belotti there for so long, and unfortunately, it looks like his goals are just not enough anymore.
If they get relegated, that guy's gone.
Well, I remember when Belotti was being rumored to leave for like $100 million. I was like, cash in on the man, sell him now, and you can buy someone else. But they did. They held on to him, and now ultimately it just wasn't enough.
$100 million would have been really useful.
Yeah.
100%.
If anyone's willing to give you $100 million, even $80 million, you take it.
I think that clause was just so he wouldn't go to Juventus or something like that. But yeah,
who cares, man? It's not like Torino was competing with Juventus.
Yeah, but I mean,
exactly. That's.
I get that they're both in Turin, but come on now.
But also, Roma, they lost to Parma, who's in 19th right now. Parma made a lot of January transfers. They're trying to make sure they don't get relegated, because imagine making all those smart investments and good for the long term, but then just get relegated. That'd just be a little shocking.
It's because Greg left Roma and they've been bad ever since.
I could say the same thing about Leverkusen.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe you're correct. Ultimately, Serie A, it does look like the title race is done. 10-point difference between first and third. I mean, just Inter Milan. Very good.
Inter's doing what they should be doing. Out of every 100%. Single competition except the Serie A. So what do they have to do? Go in the Serie A, dominate the Serie A, and that's what they're doing.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they are a good team. They are.
Moving on to La Liga now, though. Yeah. I think we can quickly talk about it. Real Madrid did get a last-minute winner against Elche with Karim Benzema. He's been huge for them recently. But also, Atletico Madrid dropped points once again. Matt, do you believe?
No,
it's not a whole lot, but there's some belief there.
You never know. Atletico Madrid
there's some belief there, bro.
If
you win against Huesca on Monday, you are only 4 points behind Atletico Madrid. You guys do have to still play them later this season. I think match day 35, and you guys still have the El Clasico later this season. So there's still some obstacles in the way, but Barcelona are playing a lot better than they had been. So and Atletico Madrid are a bit iffy right now.
They have been. They're not scoring many goals as of recently.
I saw what I wanted to see out of the PSG second leg, so I'm feeling a little bit optimistic. You know what I mean?
Well,
we still took an L.
Quickly to talk about that. I mean, you guys actually performed decently in that second leg. You had a good start to the game. At least the penalty for PSG kind of threw it all away. But yeah, Ousmane Dembele should have had a first half hat trick in that game. You guys would have been through.
Yeah.
No, but you're right, Lucas. I mean, the last 5 matches played, Atletico Madrid have 1 loss and 2 draws. They're not scoring. That's actually the goal scoring that was so red hot beginning of the season. It slowed down a good chunk. They're not conceding that many goals, but that's always how they are. But I don't know.
Maybe they need the international break to come in. Maybe that will refreshen them a little. Because I know a lot of players will not be able to leave on the international break because clubs don't want their players to quarantine when they come back or something like that.
I mean, well, let's see what's going to happen in Champions League this week with them too. If they're actually going to pull it back against Chelsea.
Yeah, let's quickly preview 100%. That Champions League week. We will be doing some watch-alongs on the Twitch channel for that, of course. Both Tuesday and Wednesday, we should be there. But we'll confirm that probably on our Discord in the next few days. But of course, Real Madrid versus Atalanta, as well as Manchester City versus Gladbach on Tuesday. Bayern versus Lazio with Chelsea versus Atletico Madrid on Wednesday. What do we expect to happen there?
Yeah,
I'm not expecting.
I'm looking forward to see Real Madrid Atalanta.
Yeah, no surprises really.
I think Atalanta can give Real Madrid a good game.
I hope
and
so.
Atletico Chelsea, we'll see what happens there.
Atletico Chelsea, I think.
I'm just excited for the match. I mean, I hope. I do hope Real Madrid choke. I hope that happens. Bayern will go through. And how about Europa League? United
Gladbach
Milan
can come back? Can your boys at Gladbach Can they beat City?
No, they cannot.
And quickly touch on Europa
I'm not
League.
managing, right?
Okay, man.
Thank God you're not managing.
But Europa League quickly. Can United overcome that away goal against AC Milan? I don't know.
It's gonna be difficult.
I think they can. I think Arsenal. I think Manchester United have it in them to definitely come back and get a victory there. I'm looking forward to seeing Tottenham Hotspur versus Zagreb. Away in Zagreb could be a tough match for a Tottenham Hotspur side that may have a couple injuries now, maybe have to rotate their squad a little bit. They are 2-0 up on aggregate, but that game's not done yet. I would keep an eye on that one. I know a lot of our Scottish viewers will take a look at Rangers versus Slavia Prague, currently 1-1.
Praha.
I actually hope Rangers go through. Mm-hmm. It's Prague, but it's
Praha.
Cool. They're from Prague in the Czech Republic, so I'm going to call them Slavia Prague. Thank you very much.
Prague.
You know what, Lucas? Slavia Prague from Prague in the Czech Republic. But I hope Rangers go through because I'm unbiased. I support Scottish football. Congratulations.
So some interesting things that happen. Should we just move on to banter? Things that have happened.
Move on to banter.
So I got a list here. I saved a bunch of stuff from my Reddit over the week, and one thing I found the top 50 hardest footballers. This was ranked in 2007. They ranked this of all time. I'll just go to number 1. Number 1 was Andoni Goicoechea. I can't pronounce the name. Awful Spanish from Athletic Bilbao. This is what they said about him because they described every player in here. Everyone expected the Spanish Inquisition when they faced this mean hombre. The butcher of Bilbao was plainly at least one prawn short of paella.
What the?
And delighted
fuck?
in reducing star names to rubble. Pride of place in the living room of El Sad was a glass case containing one football boot. The boot he had to destroy Diego Maradona's ankle ligaments. Ay caramba. Oh my god.
Who writes this shit?
This is 2007.
Whoever wrote that was like
this was the top. By the way,
stereotypical man ever.
This was the Times. So Andoni Goicoechea, I can't pronounce the fucking name. He played in like the 80s. Yeah.
The guy that tackled Maradona or something?
Yeah, you know what's bad when your nickname is the Butcher of Bilbao.
I've heard that nickname. I have heard about that nickname. But I just like he's one prawn short of a paella. Who writes this?
It was the Times, right?
He's one mean hombre.
Is that okay to say nowadays?
I don't even know. So stereotypical. But is there any other names on that list that kind of stood out to you?
Stuart Pearce was second. Basile Boli third. Willie Woodburn. Tommy Smith for Liverpool.
Tommy Smith.
Giuseppe Bergomi. Marco Tardelli. Roy Keane was 11th. So hard, even Fergie was frightened of him. I don't know about that, mate.
Yeah, I don't think Fergie was scared of anyone.
Brian Robson, Terry Furlock from Millwall. Terry Hurlock, Millwall. Neil Rudock was asked in a magazine Q&A, "What's your favorite animal?" Terry Hurlock, he replied. Ferenc Puskas is on the list as well.
Really?
Patrick Vieira was 33rd. Yeah, Puskas was 27, man.
Jeez, I didn't know he was that.
Supposedly, the ex-Hungarian. Oh, he was an army major, so.
Oh.
Zlatan was 44th. Marco Materazzi was 45th. The man they call the Matrix, due to his unpredictable personality, is pain like other Italians dish out. Okay.
That was just a crackhead.
And one guy from Chick Charnley. Do you know that, Liam?
Who?
He played for Patrick Thistle. Also, Pierre Luigi Collina was this. He was 50th. He was a referee. so
what the fuck is this list? Who okayed this?
I don't know.
The Times.
Let's move on to something else, Woz. What else do you have in banter?
15-year streak ends. Lionel Messi and Ronaldo both absent from the Champions League quarterfinals for the first time since 2004-05.
That's a bit shocking, that one.
Crazy.
Bastian Schweinsteiger says on the next Germany manager, "You need someone who knows how to win titles. Why not Hansi Flick? He's won everything with Bayern." Of course, Yogi Löw is leaving.
He's busy.
Yeah.
Hansi Flick is busy winning everything with Bayern.
Scott Brown has been linked with the vacant Aberdeen assistant manager job. He would take his role alongside playing duties. His contract with Celtic runs out in the summer.
I remember Woz on the live stream kind of messed this up. He was saying that Scott Brown would take the assistant manager role and also play matches with Celtic at the same time.
Yeah.
He'd play for Celtic, be an assistant manager for Aberdeen. Somehow, that's how Woz's mind
Wan
works.
Bissaka on the toughest winger he's faced. I'd say Neymar. That was a player that was quite challenging, but I was always up for it. I enjoyed it. The experience to be playing against him means a lot. And the last thing I'm going to say. According to FIFA Secretary General Fatma Samura, in response to the Qatar World Cup criticism, if we're giving the World Cup only to democratic countries adhering to human rights, there's only 5 countries left in the world that could arrange the World Cup. So,
basically, what I'm hearing is FIFA corruption. I don't. No matter what a single FIFA official says, I don't even pay attention.
Another thing, FIFA's
them.
main turf supplier for the World Cups, they're not supplying it for 2022 World Cup. Qatar's like, no, we ain't dealing with this. So, and they supply it for 2018 major tournaments. We're having different turf in the 2022 World Cup. Different turf.
Some guy just tossing around grass seed going, I hope this grows, man.
Apparently that company that supplies the grass also supplies the Premier League grass and like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Also, this is like the world's best grass.
Apparently the football index went into administration.
So good thing I never invested in that.
Wazzy, before we get into questions,
Lucas Forex.
you've mentioned many times that the league the League of Ireland is kicking off this week, right?
Supposedly the League of Ireland is kicking off, I think this week or this weekend it kicked off.
I'm happy that they're waiting for the St. Patrick's Day to finish, and then they get into the football.
I think they're happy
You love
because
to see
it's dubbed apparently the greatest league in the world.
by 3 guys in a pub in Dublin, but we're happy for them. Good job.
Good stuff.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. Let's get
And
into
also,
questions.
big news in Canada, the CPL is getting a 9th club, Saskatoon. Yeah,
Ah!
they were actually so hyped. They were
Saskatoon,
Nice
Saskatchewan.
face.
I mean, not much is happening in Saskatoon, so I can understand.
Bro, these guys were actually outside the CPL offices, and they're like, we need a club in Saskatchewan. They're passionate over there.
We need
Hey, man,
something
give
in
it to him,
Saskatchewan.
man.
Can we have anything?
Give it to him, man.
Fuck, I'll take a park. Give me something.
Let's get into
Jeez.
questions. Let's do it, Wazinho.
Apparently, a report came out of Germany from Bild, which sometimes they're not reliable, sometimes they are. They said that Dortmund set Haaland price at 150 million euros for the 2021 window.
That seems about right. I gotta be honest. I'd pay that for him.
I take him.
The man scores goals. For
Dortmund,
fun.
we'll give you Sergio Aguero plus 80 million for Erling
I
Haaland.
don't think they would take Sergio Aguero, but
Why not?
Why would
Why
you?
not?
it's old.
Because that club seems to have a bunch of old guys and they just have a good time. Hummels, Royce,
I mean, they're
everyone
not.
else is there.
Royce isn't that old.
I mean, the rest of them are.
Marco Royce is like
young.
at least 100 years old. He's made of glass anyway, so it doesn't really matter. He's more fragile than a man in a wheelchair, Lucas.
Okay. That's not really the point I'm making, but whatever. What I'm saying is like, really, this isn't like, I don't think this is like a negotiable price. I think it's like you pay this or piss off, because they can sell him for less next year. But if you really want him, you can take him.
Yeah. Yep. Greg,
You think Manchester City would pay that?
Yes.
They don't
Why
really
would
pay
you
that
not?
high transfer sums like that high for players, really. Like they broke records for fullbacks, but you haven't really seen them spend like 80 million on a player or something like that.
Yeah, that's Barcelona territory. We love spending shit tons of money. Hopefully, we sell
You just
some
don't have
people.
the money to spend on that, though.
Barca's like,
Who's Barca? Barca's sponsored by Qatari Airways? Is that what it is?
Yep.
Or, I mean,
No,
we all know
They're sponsored
airlines.
by a bunch of people, but
Oh, it's Rakuten now. It used to
Yeah.
be Qatar. I was gonna say we all know airlines have had a poor 2020, 2021. So I don't know. Barca does maybe Rakuten just needs to step up their sponsorship game. You're giving us a cool $1 billion, step it up to $2 billion. We need some dollars in this club.
I need financial fair play. Yeah, probably would be like, yo, fuck
Nah,
off.
man, it's okay. We'll let go of Sergio Biscuits. And everything will be all right.
Also, if you're asking questions for the YouTube, just make sure you ask them on the podcast, because sometimes in the career mode videos, those ones get lost.
Lucas, do not yell at the people commenting.
I'm not yelling.
Do not be picky.
I'm just trying to help them out.
Help them get their voices heard.
What? Here's actually, I got a TikTok one. What has been the most controversial dived penalty? Ronaldo against Mexico. No, not Ronaldo. Robin against
Robin versus
Mexico,
Mexico.
in
No,
2014. Yeah,
definitely.
Mexican supporters have yet to, live that one down.
there's lots of people salty about that one. So.
Fair enough. It was a
Yeah.
terrible
No, I'm not saying anything against it. It's just
Mohamed Salah for Liverpool.
I was like, Mohamed Salah versus literally anyone in the Premier League. The man goes down in the latest breeze.
Sometimes Bruno Fernandes, I will admit.
Sometimes,
Sometimes.
just only sometimes, I guess.
It has to be a dive.
Yeah.
Well, I think the most iconic, of course, is going to be Robins against Mexico, right? I think it's one most people will look to.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's been tons.
there's.
I'm trying to think, but
There was that one in the Premier League this season, I want to say, where the guy was like running out of the box and just clipped heels and he just kind of went down. I don't remember who it was, though.
You talking about the Fulham one?
I don't think... It might have been Fulham. I don't remember. Not the handball one. I don't know. I don't remember. I'm saying Arjen Robben.
hey guys, I'm a Madrid fan. I'm not biased, but my
Skip
question is, who do you think is better in their prime? Zidane, 1998, or Xavi in 2010?
Different players.
Yeah, I'm
Different
probably gonna have to go for
players.
Zidane on that one.
I think Barca fan would be pissed off. I'm gonna go Zidane. But I don't know if his prime was in '98. I don't know. I never
Xavi
really watched
very,
him, of course.
Xavi was very good, but
Yeah, Xavi. Oh, it's so
Xavi's-
tough to
Well,
say.
I think
It's a-
Xavi's ball movement is superior, but I think Zidane's on the ball, like one-on-one ability, like single ability is better.
It's like it's two different players.
Almost
are.
like his. I know
It's like
Zidane's
always
intelligence is like unheard of compared to this. Like he can just carry a game alone, and he's a midfielder.
On the ball, he's brilliant. I mean, his
Yeah.
skill level is incredible.
Xavi's
But
just vision
his
and
sight, his vision,
creativity
his
was just
movement.
insane.
Yeah.
I think
Personally, if I'm creating my team, I can have one. I think I like Zidane in my team. I think
Yeah.
he
But-
brings more maybe.
But the question is about that year specifically, and in that year he he's pretty much the big reason why France won the World Cup that year. And like Xavi, of course, is a big reason why, but that Spain team had a lot of other great pieces too that helped each other out. And
I mean, the France '98 team was all right as well. It wasn't just
yeah,
Zidane.
it was a great team, but Zidane shined
a very
above
good
everyone. Xavi,
I mean-
I don't think Xavi was the best player on that Spain team in that tournament,
I think
was he?
Iniesta was the best player on that team.
Yeah, that Spain team is just insane. Like so.
They had David Villa.
I want to find the '98
was
France
a
squad.
very
I
good
want to
team.
find
Also,
it.
Zidane got to a Champions League final that year too, so unfortunately they lost. But
Let me see if I can find this '98 France squad because it was a very good team. Don't even.
oh no, it is a great
me
team. I'm not
started.
denying that.
Yeah,
Like
oh,
Henri,
yeah.
Trezeguet, I think we're on that team.
Yeah.
Like I got the final here. Okay, well their
Petit,
striker
Deschamps,
Stefan Guivarc,
Desailly.
the guy who didn't score a goal but still won the World Cup. I don't know who this Djorkaeff guy is, but oh well. But there's Zidane, Petit, Karembo, Deschamps, Lizazaru, Desailly, Leboeuf, Thuram, Barthez, Vieira.
It's a very good
It's a
team.
very good
Robert
team.
Pires, Thierry Henry. It's a very good team.
They're all very good teams. They're both very good teams, but
Yeah, that's the
Thierry
reason why they
Henry's
won the
really-
World Cup.
young at that point.
Yeah.
I can't really find any more TikTok comments, but I
Don't
found
worry
this
about
really funny TikTok. It's Carlos Tevez, the absolute most shithousery person in world football. Yeah, why Carlos Tevez is the biggest shithouse in football history. Here's a list of things. It's kind of funny. First of all, he illegally signed for West Ham, one of the dodgiest transfers of all time. He stormed out of Upton Park after being subbed off. He falls out with West Ham and is forced to train in Brazil in a Brazil kit for 2 weeks. Oh God. He joins United, of course. Falls out with Fergie and joins rivals Man City. Matt loves that. Scores in the derby and celebrates.
Love that too.
Wins the Premier League he wins the Premier League with Man City and holds a sign up saying "Rip Fergie."
Yeah. Carlos Tevez was the biggest shit disturber when he was
Yeah.
at Manchester.
Collects the Man of the Match award and then he leaves company alone in an interview. Did you dive? I don't know. Apparently, he doesn't know if he dived. He refuses to come on versus Bayern Munich. Sorry, this is kind of long. Man City says he will never play for Man City again. Goes and plays for golf in Argentina for 6 months.
I remember that time.
I just find this fun. And Man City and Man United fans throw their Tevez shirts away into a garbage bin. Weird.
Oh.
Okay, here's the Instagram questions.
Oh, wait, Wallace. Can you do one more thing? Because we are lacking in TikTok. I thought a good idea would be to go on one of the more popular question TikToks from the past week and read the comments from there.
Oh, like read some of the comments.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like the one where we asked what do you think is the best team to exist outside of Europe, and see, read the best comments, the most
Okay.
upvoted ones.
People were upset.
Al Ali is the best African team, no cap. Yeah, you're not wrong about that.
I remember seeing a
Probably
comment
true.
saying, I think it comment said Manchester City. Brexit means Brexit. I was like, oh my god.
One of the Istanbul clubs. But mate, that's in Europe though, right?
Yeah, they play in European competition, but one of them's not in Europe,
Okay, fair.
technically, geography wise.
He really said Zamalek, LMFAO. Yeah, apologies. We are Canadian and Polish. We're not Egyptian or whatever where they're from. So, the disrespect to Liga
Well, it sounded
MX.
like he took offense to that.
I don't think anyone's disrespecting League MX.
Well, I mean,
League
it's
MX
because
is a
we
great
didn't
league.
mention Tigres, and they made it to the Club World Cup final. I mean, I'm sure that's fair.
Club America is one
Didn't
of
we
Raptors'
say-
favorite clubs ever.
Some
Cannot deny this.
Mexican team. I'm pretty sure we did.
Historically, the New York Cosmos, they had Pele, Carlos Alberto, and Beckenbauer.
Did have, yeah.
One question from TikTok: is Haaland going to transfer, and if so, which club would be the best for him?
He's going to Barca.
He's not going to Barca.
He's not going to Barca.
Yeah, I don't really know where he's going to go right now. There's
I-
nothing really official. I think
I'm
the best
putting the money
club.
down.
I would
Put a
love
gun
for
in
him
my
to
head.
stay at
Manchester
Dortmund
City.
for a couple seasons.
I say so.
Yeah, City, especially with all the striker issues they've had in the last couple of years.
He's coming
So.
to us.
Yeah, in your dreams.
I would.
He'll
I
go
would
to
prefer
United.
I'd prefer other clubs, but I could see City.
SM08 asks, can Porto be the Ajax, Roma, can they have that underdog story of the
Why
Champions
not?
League?
Why not?
They're
Probably the
They're
best
doing
fit.
fantastic
Best
right
fit
now.
to do it. And
Depends on the,
they've
on
already
the draw. Depends on
yeah.
what happens, right?
Next question from Massimo. Could any player match the same achievements like Ronaldo and Messi?
Oh, that's gonna be very difficult. But yeah.
No, but it's always possible. You never
It's
know.
possible. Yeah, like you said, it's possible, but
Kylian Mbappe's already won a hell of a lot, and he's very, very
I think
young.
people forget that, yeah. And Haaland's also been on a nice...
But the thing with Haaland is he'll never win international tournament. He never will.
Well, you never know.
Mbappe
Norway's
will win.
developing
He's already
some
won a
good
World Cup.
players, man.
Norway's not going to win an international tournament. I'm sorry.
Dude, France is
No.
making
No.
like 3 times more, and there's already stacked.
Yeah, but sometimes the best teams
I
on
don't
paper don't
see-
always perform at the international tournaments. It happens.
England,
Lucas, have you seen their center back options? It's wild.
Belgium.
Belgium are not very good.
All I'm saying is they probably have a little head start on Norway.
I mean,
I
I
think
doubt they're going
Mbappe
to win every
could,
single World Cup in
potentially.
the next 3 World Cups. That's not going to happen.
And then
I like
talk
where you're
And
thinking.
then we can talk about Germany. I mean, I hope Norway would be sick if Norway did. But,
I
like,
love if Norway wins.
I'm just being real here.
I mean,
you know?
that's fair. I mean, that's fair. I'm not
It's
saying
not-
Norway's going to win the World Cup. I mean, they might boycott the next World Cup if they qualify.
Yeah, that's true. Next question from
Hope they
Ivan.
win. Be fun.
I like this. Would you want to see a Scandinavian Cup like Denmark, Finland? I would. I wish they did more mini tournaments like this. Like apparently back in the 80s they did the Balkan Cup with like Balkan teams. So I doubt it'll happen because there's already so many kind of international tournaments. It'll be kind of hard to schedule it. But I'd
I'm
love to
still
see
down
something
for
like that. That'd be
the
cool.
for the Continental Cup. I'm still down for that.
What
Every
about the
continent
China
makes a
Cup?
Best 11. That'd be sick.
That'll be
Oh, I
a
remember the
mess.
China Cup.
That'll be a mess.
Next question from Miguel, last one. Do you think West Ham can continue this season performance into next season? I hope so.
Depends on
It's
Depends
gonna be
on-
difficult,
Hold
but
Well,
I'd be shocked if someone doesn't make an offer for Thomas Suchek.
Does a guy like
I mean,
Declan
if
Rice
they
stay?
actually
Yeah, Declan Rice will likely be
that's the
moving
thing.
somewhere.
If they stay in European competition, would those players stay? That's the thing.
Yeah, like let's say they do make Champions League, and Declan Rice is like, well, why should I leave?
Yeah,
Exactly.
100%. 100%.
And can they bring
Even
in
Europa
other
League
players
to
to
an
just
extent,
improve
right?
their side, add more depth to their side, so that they don't
hope so, man.
collapse during the season?
It'd be nice to see.
Sign
teams-
Jay Lings permanently.
Like it's a different situation, but if they even mirrored Leicester halfway, it'd be better for the league.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Here's a good question from Hyder Bani. Who is the best ever player to come out of Asia?
Hungman's son.
Now,
I was going to say, Hunman's son probably is going to have a shout.
I mean,
Hungman's
FIFA will
son.
say Nakada.
I think it's Hungman's son, dude.
I mean, there's been a
I'm
few
not
big
even just
Koreans
being biased
through
because I like
football.
Hungman's son, but I genuinely think Hungman's son is the best player they've made.
That man is like
That man is very,
No,
very,
Lord save.
very good.
No. Shinji Kagawa. at
I
Dortmund.
knew exactly
No,
where you're going with
he's-
that.
Shunsuke Nakamura.
He's better than those
Shinji
guys.
Kagawa, pre-Man
man from
United,
Japan.
best ever player from Asia.
I don't know.
I thought you were gonna say in the world.
I thought I was gonna say Ji-Sung Park, to be honest. But
Jesus.
Oh, yeah, thank you, mate. Yes, he is. There you go. He's
Ki-Sung
big brain.
Young.
there's also that one dude that I know absolutely nothing about. What's that guy's name? He was an icon in FIFA before icons were even in FIFA. Something Cha. B Cha.
Oh, in like the Legends team?
Yeah, he had a mad overall, so he must be I.
According to this thing, the most it might be Paulinho Alcantara. Was born in the Philippines and he transferred to Barcelona in 1912.
I mean, isn't he one of the most top scorers in Barcelona history?
Give it.
But is he?
Potentially.
Yeah, man. Technically so. Yeah, I
Because I know there's an Asian player or Asian-born player that's like really high up in Barcelona's goal scoring.
Oh, that's an interesting question from Callum. What do you think happened to the CLS league, the Chinese? Not many players are going to China more for money. I mean,
It's 'cause they don't
COVID
have
obviously,
money
but
anymore.
prior to that.
Money there.
But there's a lot of players who are actually starting to leave China because I guess there's issues now. Lucas, did you hear about that?
I know they were trying to, because China, from what I understand, from what I read a while ago, like the reason why China were buying a lot of players and making them, giving them high wages is that China wanted to improve football in their country, and they thought buying all these players was a good way. But now instead I think they tried to have a wage cap or something, and now they're just focusing on buying players that are good, but like not as good, but can be players that they can turn into Chinese internationals.
Fair enough.
And so they could qualify for the World Cup.
China's always wanted to qualify for a World Cup and actually do something. I know there was a story that came out years ago about how they had had this group of guys from like very young, and they're gonna make them into like a national team, and they all play together their entire lives. So China has admiration of winning a World Cup, or at least qualifying and doing well. So they want their league to supplement that kind of thing.
Yeah,
So
it's just the problem is I don't think they're doing the best with like their youth academies, or like even just like for young kids starting out, because like really football, if you're not technically good when you're really young, it's very tough to become a professional footballer.
Yeah.
Two more questions, both easy to answer. What's your opinion on Liga MX, and who is the best team from the CONCACAF? Well, obviously the best team from the CONCACAF is right now Tigres.
Yeah.
Liga MX, a lot of passionate fans, a lot of passion just from Mexico in general. We don't get good coverage of it. I know our friend Brendan Dunlop said he tried watching a match on One Soccer, and they didn't even have commentators. Like, they didn't even know the game was going on. So the coverage isn't the best here, but it's a good league. And I know there's a lot of comparisons to the MLS. Which one is better? I think obviously a lot of Mexican supporters would think Liga MX, but it's a good league. It's just I think it has a lot of money. We're at the point where they offer Mexican footballers so much money that they don't really leave Mexico and they don't go to Europe to improve. They're like, well, I'm making a lot of money in Mexico. Why should I leave?
Yeah.
At least that's what I've read. So yeah.
Any other questions? Should we try
Last
to wrap
one.
this
Last
one
one.
up?
Liam, you can answer this one. Boys, thoughts on Olympiacos? 5th most appearances in the Champions League group stages and biggest club in Greece. By the way, love your content, new subscriber. From Bose King Salim.
Why is that directed at me?
Because they got flares, man. Olympiacos.
Olympiacos are a huge club, 100%.
They bring the
Just
intensity.
because it has flares, like,
Lewandowski
it's directed at
flares,
Liam.
bro. Obviously.
When I think
Liam
of
just goes
Olympiacos,
off
I think
firing
fire,
flares?
passion, and maybe Galatasaray because they're
What the fuck?
I mean, Olympiacos
man.
is very good, very historic team.
they got some
they always
crazy
are.
ultras. Yeah.
They've always
I
just been a
think-
good team that's, like, of course, they're always dominant in their league.
Yeah, and
And
they've struck.
Especially through,
It's good to see them do good in
Greece's
European competitions.
poor financial times when their league really struggled. Olympiacos always seem to be somewhat consistent, and they're really rebuilding and everything. So
They,
no, I do like Olympiacos. I always have.
yeah, I know.
And flares, bro.
Yeah, and that's really it for this
flares.
podcast. I think we answered a lot of shit. One longer than expected,
well,
I think.
Always does.
Yeah.
We'll work this one out here. Like I said, I always do a recap at the end. Manscaped are the sponsor of the 90th Minute. Check out their website, manscaped.com. You can use the code 90th at checkout. You get 20% off plus free shipping. Not only do they have products like the Lawnmower 3.0, the world's best male grooming product. They also have great lotions. They got great deodorizers. They have cologne. They have a bunch of male grooming kits. Check them out. Fantastic products, fantastic prices, and quality. Manscaped.com. Code 90th at checkout for 20% off plus free shipping. But we're going to wrap this one up. So leave a like down below. Subscribe if you are new. And comment for next podcast. Give us your questions, your thoughts. Give us your thoughts on it, whatever we talk about in today's episode.
Yeah, leave a like.
Yes. Check us out on social media. Links are down in the description as well. But from the 5 of us here today, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching and listening. This has been yet another week in the beautiful game. We will see you next time.